if you really lock in and you get more jacked and leaner, the effect that has on the people around you, besides just like them being supportive or not, it really shows you who the real ones are.
So I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey.
Ahoy crew members, and welcome to another video just for you. Thank you for being here again. I figured today we could take a little excursion to Reddit and look at some bodybuilding dating stories or occurrences and comment on that. So I guess let's get into it. Okay, the first post reads, how has bodybuilding affected your dating life or relationships? Has it attracted different girls? Has it made it harder to even have a girlfriend? Quite honestly, I know it doesn't affect it as much as a beginner lifter might think, but I want to know your personal experience with it. So this is from a male perspective, as I'm going to deduct from that, but let's have a look what the comments are saying. So this says, I started bodybuilding just as I got out of a 2-year relationship. I was pretty devastated. It's been about 2.5 years and I haven't been dating. I'll probably start again once I'm big enough. I think I need bigger delts. That'll help. That is equal parts hilarious, cute, and a bit sad. You shouldn't think you have to wait to find love until one of your body parts is quote unquote big enough or to your specifications. I'm the first person who values my own physique and has physique goals and standards for myself and obviously for my partner as well. But I don't think it's particularly healthy to determine your worth as a partner, or that you should only be able to date once your body looks a certain way or something. I don't think that's quite right. That's not particularly healthy. But maybe he's just too busy with his bodybuilding to date, which can absolutely be the case. It does make it kind of harder if you have a regular day job or more responsibilities than just a day job on top of bodybuilding. So yeah, but I hope, wow, that was 12 years ago. I hope our friend here found some love since then. Okay, the next guy says, well, I've only been with 2 different girls since bodybuilding. The one I'm with now had no idea what it was going in. She just thought it was a hobby I had, just going to the gym. Hello, couscous. 50 months later, she's realized my life revolves around it and has even supported me as far as pinning my glutes for me. I love that girl. That's really sweet. Yes, it's a lot of people really don't understand what it means to be with someone who bodybuilds, because it's not like any other sport or hobby or anything like that that you can do whenever, or you just do on the weekends or just on certain days that you can move around. No, it's like it's 24/7. It doesn't stop and it always takes priority. So really, to have a partner who's supportive of that is extremely important. And the group pinning thing is really sweet. One of my favorite moments from my previous relationship that I told you the story about, the one I went to Dubai with, he let me pin him once as well. I thought that was very cool. That was enjoyable. I don't know what it is with bodybuilders and like the pinning thing. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's cute to do that for someone else. Oh yeah, in the vlog the original vlog that I did, the very first one that I can't edit, or it's really difficult to edit because there's a situation with the files. I actually had friends from Germany come over, and one of them, like, she wanted to pin me as well, and I let her do it. That was quite funny as well. Anyway, I'm going off topic. Let's get back to this. This guy replies, haha, mine isn't pro steroids or anti-steroid. She's just pro me. And she knows that I've done my reading and I'm doing everything as safely as possible. So she's just happy that I'm happy. If she wasn't like that, I would find a girl who is. I mean, that's good. If he's genuinely doing his best to stay safe, Great if he has a supportive girlfriend. This guy says, pin some Tren and show her what a Tren duck is, and she'll be begging you to pin some more Tren when you're in PCT. Slash kidding. Yeah, I would not recommend that. Tren is obviously not exactly the safest or calmest compound there is, but also they call it divorce in a bottle for a reason. I've heard horror stories. Obviously, I'm not an expert on the pharmacology. From everything I've heard, because Tren can, more so than other compounds, even mess with your brain, which steroids do. A lot of people don't know this, but it does do stuff to your brain. And Tren can be pretty detrimental with what it does. And it kind of puts your body in a permanent fight or flight thing. And it can make people genuinely overly aggressive and stuff, and also extremely horny. So that's what he's meaning. But yeah, people also call it divorce in a bottle. So as far as relationship advice goes, Tren is probably not the best thing to throw in the mix. This guy says, not all that much. Going out for dinner is a problem when cutting though, but if you plan around it, you can make it work. Going out for a birthday dinner with Italian food tonight. Check the online menu and show us the fish. Left some carbs open for a Coke, side dish, and it's all good. Sometimes that can mess with your head if you let it, but at the end of the day, I'm not a pro, it's just bodybuilding. I mean, yeah, that's if that's in the off season, yeah, you can obviously, again, you guys, especially if you follow me on Instagram, you see how I sometimes, obviously not all the time, but I am no stranger to going out to eat on the weekends. Let's put it like that. But yeah, while cutting, that is not something I would do, especially if it's for a show, but I assume that's not what he's talking about, because then going out to eat is pretty much a no-no. This guy says, I got into bodybuilding when I was in a relationship. My progress made her insecure about herself, thought because I was getting better looking that more girls would hit on me and I would lose interest in her. 3 years down the drain because I couldn't convince her otherwise. Haven't dated since. But on a side note, I have more confidence than ever. Yeah, that's a bit sad. It's really interesting the effect you getting jacked and if you really lock in and you get more jacked and leaner, the effect that has on the people around you. Besides just like them being supportive or not, it really shows you who the real ones are. Because people, once you get to a certain point, it really seems like people are getting offended by you looking the way you do. Or, I don't know, intimidated in a way. Something like this has never happened to me. Like, obviously, I was in a relationship when I started bodybuilding as well, and that did enter to bodybuilding, but nothing like this. The gentleman in question is very self-secure. He would not be intimidated like that by however I look, which is good. But yeah, that is very sad. It's difficult if you're on a fitness journey that's that extreme, and the other person is not at all into it or going on that journey with you or being very supportive, especially in the terms of bodybuilding. Your partner has to be very supportive for that to work out, not just a little bit. But yeah, I guess good riddance, because that, I guess, was never going to work out then. Sad. Oh, this guy replies, she sounds very insecure. Maybe if she took the time to get her ass to the gym instead of worrying, she would have not only looked better, but gained some personal fortitude. I'm much healthier and in shape than my girlfriend, who is 10 years younger than me. My fitness is motivating her to get off her ass. She's not the complaining type. She's the doing type. We're all gonna make it, bro. Yeah, that's a good attitude as well. And yeah, I think if that girl would have joined him in his improving himself endeavors, then maybe she wouldn't have felt so intimidated by him upgrading his appearance so much. That is a very good point. She broke up with you because you look too good. Huge compliment, despite how shitty it is. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, can't even be mad, can you? Yeah, this guy says this as well. He says he should have brought her to the gym with you, put her on the treadmill for cardio, and squat for that ass. Then she would have made gains with you. And he replied, OP replied, tried, but every time I did, she made it completely awkward. She kept staring at me, making sure I wasn't looking at any of the other girls in the gym. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. That would have been very annoying. This says the confidence that comes with bodybuilding is what really makes the difference, I think. Dilling, I don't know what this is supposed to mean, also helped a lot with my bad posture. The only real trouble it's brought me into is a conflict with my parents. They think protein powder is bad for your liver or some shit. Luckily, I've been out of the house for a while now, so I can consume my shakes, chicken and oats in peace. Good, yeah. There seems to be this misconception that for some reason a lot of parents have about things like creatine or protein powder being harmful. I have a friend. I want to bring her on the channel sometime as well. Maybe interview a bit because her story, like with bodybuilding, is pretty cool as well. Because she has also parents that have or had. She's been doing good work in kind of educating them a little bit, but they had very weird and wrong views about nutrition. One of those being that protein powder is bad for you, too much protein in general is bad for you. And they were big vegans and whatnot. And obviously, she wanting to bodybuild, that doesn't really, this is quite going to clash. So, yeah, she has some stories of that as well, parents not being supportive. I guess I'm lucky I got into it well later. Although, I mean, as an obese teenager, I really could have used some bodybuilding, but I was not in the place for that. Okay, deleted account says, I am really attracted to nerdy girls, and no matter how much I lift or how fit I get, I am still attracted to them. Generally, it would be hard to catch a nerdy girl, not being nerdy myself, but my current girlfriend is sufficiently nerdy and likes my body. I'm a bit confused. Is he not a nerd? But I feel the struggle though, because I'm obviously originally a nerd, gamer, cosplayer, whatever have you, long before fitness ever became a passion of mine. And I still am, even though I have less time to game. Someone asked me about Space Marine 2, and I still haven't even finished the campaign. Can you believe it? I was so excited, played the game when it came out, and I had some time, bought it, played it, and haven't played it since, basically. But anyway, that's beside the point. So yeah, me too, because I want to find, like, it's so hard to find someone who is into the nerdy side of things, but also takes the gym seriously. Or maybe it's just out here. Because again, Instagram will have you believe that there's an army of jacked nerds out there who play Warhammer and all this stuff and they drink White Monster. Where are they? Where are they? Not where I am. Like if sad, yeah, sorry. I feel this guy struggle with trying to find the overlap there. But let's see where he's going with this. The only issues we have, oh yeah, he has his nerdy girlfriend. Good for him. The only issues we have had disagreements on is how big is too big. She's worried that I'm going to go full Cutler overnight and doesn't want me to look like I use steroids. I know I can't get that big even on steroids, so it's not a worry for me. My goal for physique is Lazar Angelov, and she said she would like that, so hooray for that. She also has some misconceptions about diet and exercise that I'm slowly and carefully trying to correct. Other than that, we like the same things generally, and she's pretty decent looking. I do have an issue with looking at her through a fitness mindset, which probably isn't fair. We are very happy with each other at the end of the day. Yeah, cool. If she is happy with where you want to take your physique, that's obviously also very important. Like I said, I had a relationship end because of issues like that, because what I wanted to do with my physique was too big for what he is attracted to. And yeah, I mean, same as the other way. That would be too small for me on that side. But yeah, he says he has an issue with looking at her through a fitness mindset and that isn't fair. But from experience, you really get power creep with how you, this is probably a weird way to phrase this, but you kind of get like, the more your body changes, the more it changes the way you see other people. Like, people you thought were pretty big or in good shape like a couple of years ago now look pretty mid to you or something. It's like with your physique, your whole outlook changes. So yeah, same advice with the other guy. Drag her to the gym with you. She must not miss out on the gains. It's a lot of fun. Okay, this guy says, I used to go out and party in my early 20s, drink a lot at bars, clubs near my college. I used to date party sleuths that lived a similar lifestyle, club rats and shit. Okay, cool. Now I'm older, just turned 33. I want to date someone who has similar values and outlook as me. My current girlfriend is a registered dietitian too and a personal trainer. She loves to exercise and totally understands my passion for competitive bodybuilding. She's not a church nut who thinks I'm gonna go to hell for shooting trend. So I would say bodybuilding competitively has changed my selection criteria for women. I need someone who is chill and supportive and who doesn't need to party. More maturity and focus on future. Very relatable as well. I used to very much be into partying as well. I'm also in my mid and late 20s. But yeah, being at a similar age now, I mean, I'm 30, 34 now. My criteria for men are pretty similar in that regard. Like, you need to be on the level there. Partying is no longer a priority. But I still, very rarely, but I do love to go out sometimes as well. But at this point, it's quality over quantity. I'm already very much looking forward to New Year's because then my 1 year sober challenge is completed and I can get lit and it's going to be amazing. No idea what I'm doing yet for New Year's, but it's going to be fun, I am sure. Next one says, I've had 3 different girlfriends since I started bodybuilding, and as my physique has progressed, so has my confidence with them. I'm more of a relationship guy than a duck random slur, as he said, hook up with random chicks kind of guy. So take it from me firsthand that you can easily maintain a relationship while bodybuilding, but you have to compromise. No, you won't be able to eat clean or track your macros all the time, but will it kill you? Hasn't affected me in the slightest. 1, use your physique to boost your confidence and as an addition to your personality, not your whole personality. Facts. Find a girl that takes all them veins and striations and shit. That likes all them veins and striations and shit. Yes. 3, win at life. Yeah, this is obviously also very true. You would want someone who likes you for your physique, not in spite of it. The thing is, you wouldn't have to. Yeah, like he said, he won't be able to eat clean and track macros all the time. But the thing is, if you're on prep, you have to. There is no, like, there might be like for half a year straight that you will have to track and weigh out every single gram of food that goes into your body, and there will be no cheat meals and there will be no going out. So that there will, in prep, there is no compromising. So you will have to have a partner. That's why I like, compromises are nice and stuff, but it would be so much easier to just have a relationship with someone who is also living that life. So I don't know how much compromise but he said it's not affecting him. So if he's I don't know if he's competing or not, but yeah, if it doesn't bother him, then that is obviously good for him. Oh, we got a gay guy here. Let's hear it. So I guess I'll represent for the gays. When it comes to gay men, physique is everything. Gay guys really go crazy for muscle. Before I started lifting, I got almost no attention. Sure, I was good looking, but I was very lean. After gaining my muscle mass over 2 years, the guys have noticeably shown huge interest in me. The same guys that wouldn't look twice now see me in a totally different light and proceed with flirting. It's interesting to compare my dating life of 2 years ago to my current dating life. Always nice to receive compliments from handsome men, considering that I had such low self-confidence. Men are also very sexual. Most of them just want sex. Having a powerful body puts you in a special tier of the gay society. Kind of like you're in to being well known and sought after. Dating and sex is incredibly competitive too. Most of my friends are good looking yet single, which is too vain. That is interesting. I just realized, can I even say that word on YouTube? Like, I'm sure I'll be should be fine. Yeah, I've heard this, like, not just from this person, but I have some of the gays in my own circle, and I've heard this, that men are extremely, how can I say this? Yeah, very focused on physique. Let's put it like that. And competitive, the word that you use, I guess that's a good way of putting it. From what I've heard, obviously, I'm neither a man nor am I a gay man, so I'm just gonna have to take people's word for it. This guy says, I've tried to work with relationships while bodybuilding, but in all honesty, it takes away from the time I devoted to bodybuilding and had to break it off. I've come to the realization that unless I can find a woman that can handle this lifestyle or join, I can't have a relationship, and frankly, I'm fine with that. I can't handle staying up past 10, missing meals, and I don't like going out and partying. It's comfortable as well, not having to worry about someone else's feeling, let alone mine. Yeah, I think this is the most relatable one so far. It's yeah, it just can be difficult to find a partner, huh? Okay, the Juice Puppy says, outstandingly. When I was 15, I was 256 pounds at around 35% body fat. I couldn't run for 30 seconds without being winded, and I couldn't do a single push up. Obviously, I could never talk to girls. One day, Juicy Bro Pump asked me to hit the gym with him. Now, by then, I had wandered into the local YMCA 2 or 3 times a week for maybe 6 months, done all the machines in one workout, 3 sets of 10 each, and leave. So I agreed, thinking I'd already had experience and it would be old news for me. I learned a lot, and I was really motivated to be in the gym with a couple of the more athletic guys in my school, and eventually started devouring all the free info I could find on supplements, nutrition, and of course, training. Fast forward nearly 5 years later, I am now 252 points at around 15 to 80% body fat. Haven't measured in a long time. Feel great, have confidence through the roof relative to my old self, and finally, I have been dating a gorgeous, extremely fit gymnastic instructor for nearly a year. And since I met her, she's gone from squatting with a 10-pound plate aside to a pie and a dime for sets. Bodybuilding completely changed everything about my life. That is nice. I am so happy for this guy. The whole confidence thing is also very true. It's like getting like the experience of learning, getting better, and getting kind of visual confirmation of your success on your physique as well. It just raises you up in a weird way. Like you just become more confident when bodybuilding. Again, unless you give yourself something like crippling body dysmorphia. If unless you have like that condition, it does really make you feel achieved with yourself and better and yeah, confident. Lead Farmer says, I think one of the major issues is women really don't have to work out to look good. Women can still look very feminine. They just have to watch how much they eat to avoid getting fats. Guys, if we don't lift, we don't look masculine. I disagree with this. Like, just like any person, some people are just spawn in like with more pretty features, let's put it like that. But generally, like you still have to put in effort. Like if you think like if there's a woman with a saggy no behind and just like not taking care of herself, it's not gonna look good. So I disagree with the notion that, oh yeah, women are just beautiful by default. Not really. In fact, and the bar, it's quite the opposite, because it feels like generally speaking, the bar for women seems to be raised much higher. And I'm talking in general here, because in the fitness space, it's kind of flipped around. Like there, it's almost like men have like the higher baseline to aspire to, because the physique creep in the fitness space is just people like when you see the type of physiques, guys comment under, oh yeah, that's a mid physique. I'm like, bro, that's not even achievable naturally. And in Hollywood as well, if you look at like the male actors, and they have them go on gear, like get like diced and whatnot. And meanwhile, if a woman is like a bit fit, then maybe they even use CGI, which is ridiculous. But yeah, so in the fitness space, I understand that for men the bar seems to be higher, but in general, like women don't just look pretty without putting in effort. And you're always gonna look better if you have some nice curves, and you can get those for free at the gym. So Someday eventually comments, bodybuilding is a lifestyle that you commit to. That in itself will attract a different array of girls. It can be hard if you're actively competing, only because dieting has to be on point all the time. But when you find a girl who will meal prep with you on the weekends and be at the gym with you in the morning, you have found a keeper. Absolutely. What do they say? Couples that gym together stay together? This guy says it as well. Girls are much more attracted to me and are much more confident. The only issue that I faced is that the girls who don't control what they eat, like an average human being, tend to have a distaste for my strict dieting and get frustrated if I won't eat what they made for dinner or something. Yeah, that's again, a lot of people look at really fit people and think, oh, they're attractive, I want to be with them, until they find out the behaviors that it takes to look like that, because that will not be compatible with most people's lives. Like he said, the people that do not at all pay attention to what they're eating and have a lifestyle that goes along with that, they will probably be disappointed if you can't spend the day on the couch with them because you have to go and get your steps in. And you can't eat what they made for dinner because that would not at all fit into your macros, and they might get offended. It is how it is. Bowflex says, before lifting and exercise in general, I could only stand to quickly glance at myself in the mirror. Now I can stand in front of a mirror for hours hitting different poses. I don't know about dating, but I've built a great relationship with myself, if that counts for anything. And that counts for everything, I believe. It's obviously nice to find love for another person and be loved back, but one of the most peaceful and fulfilling things that bodybuilding has given me too, and that made my life better, was to fall in love with myself and genuinely love what I see in the mirror and be happy with myself and my habits. And if you have that, it's almost like, yeah, relationship would be nice, but it's not that, it's not something where you feel like, oh yeah, I need that to be complete or something, because you're already complete within yourself, if that makes sense. Obviously, like, for example, I still would love to find love, but it's not like the end all be all. And the standing in front of a mirror and hitting different poses, it really is like that. When I think back, sometimes I'm doing posing practice. I did posing practice earlier, and I was thinking, man, here I am for a hobby, like posing and looking in the mirror in like not too much clothes. I could have never imagined that years ago. That is something that I would enjoy, let alone competing with my body to see who's better. That's insane. It just feels so good. It's so fun. Yeah. I said it before, I love bodybuilding. Okay, the next one says, has bodybuilding helped or harmed your dating life? High Risk says, helped me be more attractive / confident. Harmed meeting women because I never go out anymore and my standards for women are pretty bad now. Edit, by bad, I mean much higher than average. This is all just men. I was hoping maybe we could find some women's perspective as well, but seems to be the same for me as well. Again, very relatable. We all seem to have a very similar experience here. It's like, yeah, if you bodybuilding just seems to skew your standards for other people as well. This guy agrees. He says, this exactly. I don't even consider a girl if she's below a 6'7", and my standards are high AF. I'm about quality, above quantity, however. But it is harder to meet quality girls when I don't go out nearly as often due to A, not drinking anymore, and B, not having as much time because I spend it all in the gym. It really is like that. But honestly, I think online dating is all we got left these days. Muchos says, for me, it's the lack of sleep. I work out at 6 a.m., so it's always like, but if I go out, I won't get enough sleep and may have a bad gym day. Better not risk it. And the next guy says, same here. My friend is in a band, and of course, all his shows are during the week. I feel bad not going, but by the time he's on, I'm usually in bed going to sleep. It's just not worth it. Yes, this is so true. I wish they should make, like, they should have parties or something that don't start at night or that late in the evening for those of us who like to be in bed at a reasonable time. That's one of the big reasons I think you never really see bodybuilders out in the wild and partying, because you can party without drinking. Like I would love to. I can still have fun without drinking alcohol, right? But then there is the thing. It doesn't make sense to go out and sacrifice getting good sleep, because sleep is so important in the hierarchy. It makes more sense to mess up your macros a bit or your calories a bit than to lose sleep. Like sleep is paramount. That's when your muscles are actually built, right? That's super important. It's like the last thing you want to compromise. So I really wish there were more events that started a bit earlier. I'm sure there must be an audience. There must be. I mean, it's not going to be just bodybuilders. Probably everyone who has, for some reason, a schedule that they can't compromise. Someone should do that. Someone should put on events or parties that start in the early afternoon, or even midday. Let's do it. This guy says, before I started lifting weights, I was a 120-pound virgin. As soon as I touched my first weight, I was like, boom, still a virgin. A deleted user says, my ex and I were together for like 2 years. She was chubby and I was skinny fat. Started lifting after year 1. By the end of year 2, I was more attractive than she was, so I dumped her. That is harsh. But I mean, if you're not attracted to her anymore, can't fault the guy. This guy comments, "Wow, you're an asshole." I do the same thing though, and I'm also one. Well, I mean, he just put that in a very mean way, but yeah, probably. Again, you should just go to the gym with your partner. If they better themselves, if they put in the effort to be more attractive, then, and if you're not doing that and you're just not prioritizing yourself in the same way, then yeah, that you might be left behind in the literal sense. This person says, broke up recently with my girlfriend who recently made a lot of fuss about not spending enough time with her. I work 9 to 5 and work out rest of the evening 5 days a week. So I totally cannot blame her. I wish she worked out with me. That's why I envy you guys who have your partner working out with you. At least I can go back to counting how many swipes I can make in the least time possible. Yeah, again, same thing. It's just if your partner isn't with it, then it's gonna be difficult, especially if you're low on time. Brolif says, helped and harmed. Helped in that I have the confidence to know I don't have to put up with anyone's bullshit. Hurt in that I don't put up with anyone's bullshit and standards are a lot higher. Now I cannot even consider dating a guy not into either weightlifting or bodybuilding on a serious level, so there's a lot less dating happening. Decided this new standard after a recent date with a guy who was into functional strength, bodyweight fitness, and he was holier than thou about it. I died a little on the inside listening to him talk about how unnecessary mass is and how frivolous bodybuilding is. Yeah, absolutely not. That is, these guys that are like, the thing is, all strength is functional strength, right? But there are these people who are so believe in the superiority of just doing like, yeah, body weight exercises and this and that. I think it's cope. But yeah, I feel the exact same way. This is all very relatable. Yeah, it's just, I don't want to date anyone anymore either who isn't at least serious about their lifting. Because then there's the whole other thing that you don't want to be, like me as a woman, I don't want to be the stronger and bigger one in the relationship. I want to at least, I want to feel like I'm the girl in the relationship. But yeah, lot less dating happening, hits the nail on the head. I think for now I'll leave it at that. Let me know if you like this. We could do some more Reddit stories in another video. And yeah, again, if you have any other suggestions, anything you would like to see, please do let me know. Feedback is always welcome. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.